Howdy, Beeflowbart here, and welcome back. Let's pick up where we left on here. So we wanted to do a health regeneration. So we're going to find us a little empty spot right here. And it doesn't matter where. And you know what? Yeah, this annotation stuff here. Comment, text, yeah. We'll deal with that later. Let's actually come up here to the top and let's just a clear spot, and I'm going to go ahead and create a custom event. Let's call it health regen. So our health regen, what we want to do is we want to get a copy of, now you can drag it across or you can hold the control key and left click drag and it'll give you that. And if you to hold the alternate key and left click, it'll give you a set node. Little quick tip right there. So we want to get a copy of our health. Now what we need to decide is if our health is, well, first off, we don't want it to go above 100. So let's create a branch node. Okay, really quickly also, before you click anything, hold down the B key and then left click and you create a branch node. Another little quick tip. So with our branch, we want to check to see if our float is greater than or equal to, actually let's say greater than 100. So if our health is greater than 100, let's actually set our health to 100. So it sets our max health. You could actually make that an actual variable if you wanted to, but not really all that necessary. So it's checking to see if our health is above 100 and it sets it back to 100. If it's not, then let's go ahead and down to the next part, and we want to find out if our health is less than 0. If our health is less than 0, then we want to set our health to 0. So as we're making adjustments to it, we don't want it to ever dip below 100 or dip above 100 or dip below 0. So from there, let's go ahead and do another branch. And from this branch, let's go ahead and move everything up a little bit more. We're actually going to make this really, really clean here in just a second to minimize all the squigglies and connections. So from this, we want to go ahead and, sorry, got to make things pretty. We want to get a copy of our health again. And we want to, let's actually go ahead and get another one. Get a copy of our health, and we want to find out if we're less than 100. So let's go ahead and see if we are less than 100. Alright, so if we are less than 100 on our health, then we want to increase our health. So let's go with a let's actually go ahead and get one more copy of our health. So we want to keep dragging things around. So health plus, so it's float plus float, and we're just going to leave it at 1 for now, and then we want to set our health to our health plus 1. Now, fun part, let's go ahead and add a delay in. And let's go ahead and set our delay to, for now, 1 second. We want to go ahead and loop our delay back to here. So if our health is below 100, it's going to, every second, add 1 health back to us. So let's test it out, see if it works. And go into play mode, do your dance, baby. Alright, bang, we just lost health. Now, it's not going to work because we didn't do anything with it yet. So with our pain trigger, we don't need you. You can go away. We've created the custom event, but we need to, well, first off, this is a big mess. A lot of stuff there. So I'm going to highlight every part of that and right click, collapse nodes, and we're going to call this our regen junk. You can call it something cooler if you like, but I didn't care. So it just collapsed it down to that. That whole health regen is just this minor little doohickey. So let's go to an event tick. And from our event tick, let's go ahead and do health regen. So we're going to put our custom event here, and we're going to go ahead and compile and save. And now let's go ahead and let's kick our butt a little bit. I said kick. Get your mind out of the gutter. Well, that's a little on the fast side. So let's make our pain trigger do a little bit more damage. Let's do 50 damage. Alright, so you see it regens. It regens a little bit too fast. So go back into our player base and go over to our regen junk, double click on it, and our delay is set to 1. So it's less than 100. It's going to add 1. So let's change that to every 5 seconds. Realistically, we're going to want to open that gap up just a little bit. Again, get your mind out of the gutter, people. Damn. Wait, mine stays in the gutter, so it doesn't really matter. Well, that's still too much. So, our delay is 5. Add 1. That's fine, but we're setting our health to that plus 1. It's moving an awful fast rate, so let's try 10. If not, then I'm just being oblivious and I'm missing out on something here. Yep, I'm just totally missing out on something. So let's actually move our delay. Let's put it in right here. Alright, so if you can hear a bunch of noise in the background, it's because I have the back door open and it's about to storm. So we put the delay in. It's going to have a slight delay before it starts doing that check. And if it gets to be too problematic, we can add delays in other locations just so we can try to slow things down a little bit. Okay, so there we go. It's going to wait 10 seconds. And then it should increase our health. Alright, so putting the delay there is good, but we need to go ahead and loop it back to... I'm actually going to loop it back to the first branch. So it checks everything along the way, and we'll go ahead and change this back down to 5 so we can get a good test again. And there, we just took damage, and let's see if it works. There, it bumped up by 1. Okay, it is working. It's working really slow because we have it set up that way. So we'll go back to 1 second on the delay so we can see it move a little faster. So if you watch the health bar, it's slowly creeping back up, and that's actually pretty good. If you want to make it more evident, or you just want to heal faster, you can increase the amount that it heals each second, or you can decrease the time frame between, but every second works good, and you could probably increase your health by 2 or 3 or 5 or whatever, so it comes up a little bit faster. But there we have a health regen system and a working temporary HUD. Lovely, right? Okay, so you guys seem to be into this whole Paragon thing. I don't know anything about the game. I've never played it before, and I can't make any judgments on it, good or bad, because I don't know anything about it. So this could be either a good thing or a bad thing. And, you know, with that being a good thing or a bad thing, honestly, you guys can tell me what you want to see, but I can either try to make a recreation of something that I've never seen before, which probably won't work too well, or I can take some Creative Commons and Creative License and just utilize the characters in a way that, oh, I don't know. Hey, autosave, you can cancel. While we're sitting here looking at this, we'll go to our editor preferences, and again, we're going to go to autosave and disable your punk ass. I'm sorry, but you're not clogging up my hard drive with unnecessary shit, because I know how to hit the save all button. It works for me. And then we're going to go ahead and save current just for the giggles. But anyway, I can take some Creative Commons and Creative License, and yes, she has a sword, and I guess in the next video we can create a method of doing damage. We'll create a target dummy and give it some health and see if we can let it take damage. So we're going to end this video here, and yeah, that storm's creeping up. We end up having to shut down the system because I don't want this thing getting zapped. So we'll start creating a target dummy in the next video, and then we'll start working towards adding some damage to our sword attack with this character. So look forward to hearing any comments you guys got to make on this, and we'll see you in the next video.